If you have followed this course and the tips I've offered to this point, it means you're committed to writing your best article. All that is left from the writing part is to make the best final impression on the reviewers by applying summarization techniques. Just as in the abstract section, you will often find yourself with limited space to convey your points. So using the space-saving techniques that I discussed in the abstract lecture will also benefit you here. And just like the abstract section, the conclusion section is almost like a mini article in itself. You started with restating the overall aims and objectives of your study and why it was significant enough for you to undertake the research. You then proceed to write a short paragraph about how you conducted the research by rephrasing some key points from the method and analysis section without repeating too much of the exact information you have already given. The next 2 to 3 paragraphs will be usually dedicated to restating the main results and their implication for the research community in your field. But here's the main point. You do not want to use the same writing techniques and sentence structures that you have used in the discussion of the results. This section needs a different attitude towards writing and addressing the readers. You have already discussed your results and what they mean in detail in the previous section. Now is the time to convince the readers that the results you have obtained are in line with the initial aims of your research and that your findings will be beneficial for the research community in your field of study. This varies for different disciplines, but a good persuasion technique is to be able to summarize your results and link them to real-world problems and show how your findings can solve a particular problem or how your findings are crucial to the incremental understanding of a complex subject. In other words, your main aim in this section should be to highlight the specific contribution of your findings without falling into exaggeration and overstatements. Remember that the reviewers of your manuscripts are already very familiar with the overall area of your research, so stay away from giving lip service to an area of research as a contribution of your study by merely listing them. Instead, only conclude what your findings can really support. Here's also the place to name a few previous studies that have obtained similar or different results and explain how these collective results, for example your findings and the previous related findings, fit into a bigger picture to solve a problem or contribute to a better understanding of a complex topic. The key is to be brief, to the point, and at the same time conclusive by showing how you understand this line of research to be going forward in the future. This, I admit, needs some insight and a good level of understanding of the research around the topic. Your best friend here will be your supervisor or someone very familiar with the overall trajectory of the research in that area. You can ask them to help you come to an appropriate conclusion. Don't forget to be humble. No matter how comprehensive you think your research has been, there will be inevitably some areas that could have been included or modified. Finally, list a few shortcomings of your study in all honesty and invite the readers to fill that gap or address them in their studies by giving them some good suggestions.